Iran's top negotiator has vowed that those responsible for Ali Khamenei's death will pay the price. Tehran says its campaign of revenge will not end until what it calls the liberation of Jerusalem. As the funeral unfolds, Iran is warning the United States and Israel that there will be consequences. While millions mourn across the country, Tehran is sending a defiant message to what it calls its enemies. Iran's parliament speaker has vowed that those responsible for Ali Khamenei's death will face punishment. Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf said the final stage of revenge will end only with what he described as the liberation of Jerusalem. Speaking at Khamenei's funeral, Ghalibaf said Iranians had spent months chanting death to Israel. He declared that Iran's enemies would pay for killing Khamenei and the martyrs of the Islamic Republic. Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf said, and I quote, "The aggressors against Islamic Iran and the killers of the martyrs of this land, especially the leader of the Ummah, will pay for their actions." Unquote. The speaker also said Iran's engagement with its adversaries would continue through both diplomacy and military strength. Ghalibaf said Iranians had spent months chanting death to America and death to Israel. He described negotiations with the United States as part of Iran's broader struggle against what he called domineering powers. Iran insists that diplomacy will not weaken its determination to avenge Ali Khamenei's death. After leaving Tehran, Khamenei's coffin arrived in the holy city of Qom, where thousands of mourners gathered. Crowds flooded the area to pay their final respects to Iran's late supreme leader. Mourners chanted slogans against the United States and Israel as the funeral procession moved through Iran. Khamenei's flag-draped coffin traveled alongside the coffins of family members who were also killed during the war. Iran's leadership presented the massive funeral turnout as a demonstration of national unity and resilience. The ceremonies came as Tehran continues negotiations with Washington over permanent end to the war. Iran says its message is clear: diplomacy may continue, but its demand for revenge remains unchanged. The funeral has become both a national farewell and a political warning directed at Iran's adversaries.
Our beloved leader powerfully stood up to the powers and protected the freedom and independence of Iran and Muslims.
Iran has vowed that the death of its late supreme leader Ali Khamenei will not go unanswered. Iranian parliamentary advisor Mehdi Mohammadi said supporters now have only one mission: revenge. Mohammadi declared that the file of vengeance remains open as mourners gathered for Khamenei's state funeral. He said Iranians would prepare for the day they descend upon those responsible for killing the late leader. The advisor added that no nation should expect peace until, in his words, Ali Khamenei's death has been avenged. Mehdi Mohammadi said, and I quote, "Without doubt, from this day forth in all our lives, we shall have no task but to prepare for the moment of your great vengeance. For that hour when we shall descend upon your killers and avenge your loss. No nation shall rest until that hour when the grim memory of that dark morning is erased. Your soldiers are in need of your prayers." Unquote. Mohammadi called on Ali Khamenei's supporters to remain committed to what he described as the path of revenge. The advisor said Iranians would dedicate their lives to preparing for what he called the moment of great vengeance. His remarks came as millions of mourners took part in Khamenei's multi-day state funeral ceremonies across Iran. Iran also continued to present the funeral as a symbol of resistance against the United States and Israel. Mohammadi said Khamenei's soldiers would carry forward his legacy after what Iran describes as his martyrdom. The advisor said the killing of Ali Khamenei would not go unanswered under any circumstances. Tehran has repeatedly warned that those responsible for Khamenei's death will ultimately face retribution. President Pezeshkian said Ali Khamenei stood firm against world powers to defend Iran's freedom and independence.
Nobility of spirit, independence, justice-seeking. He brought grace and pride to the Muslims all over the world. There are no countries in the world that would be able to stand up when the U.S. wants to tell them what to do. Our beloved leader powerfully stood up to the powers and protected the freedom and independence of Iran and Muslims.
Foreign Minister IRGC said Ali Khamenei always wanted Iran to remain proud, respected, and steadfast in the face of challenges. The most important characteristic of the leader of the revolution, which is acknowledged by friends and enemies, is that he was seeking honor. He always wanted Iran and Iranians to be loved, proud, and steadfast. And this honor-seeking was accompanied by wisdom. He was wise and expediency. Thousands of mourners gathered as Ali Khamenei's coffin was placed beside members of his family who were also killed. Iran's top leaders, senior religious figures, and foreign delegations paid their final respects during the state funeral. Iran's Supreme National Security Council says the blood of the late supreme leader will be avenged. Security official Mohammad Bakr Zolkadar declared that crimes committed against Iran will face retribution at what he called the right time. Speaking on July 1st, Zolkadar warned that those responsible for the assassination will ultimately face punishment. Mohammad Bakr Zolkadar said, and I quote, "The clenched fist of the martyred leader at the moment of his ascension will remain an enduring symbol of Iran's national security doctrine. The file of avenging the pure blood of the great Khamenei and the oppressed martyrs of Iran remains open. The perpetrators and those who ordered these crimes will, at the right time, which will not be long, face their just punishment at the hands of righteous elements." Unquote. He stressed that the file of avenging Ali Khamenei and other Iranian martyrs remains open and active. Iran's security leadership insists that retribution will be carried out by what it calls righteous elements, according to Press TV.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.